Hey, what is up, everybody? Good morning. We are back at it with another day. Another beautiful day in the market, and could be an interesting one. Morning, Paul. Hey, Bill. Neil, Octopus. We had a lot of movement yesterday. A lot of market participants. So I do have high hopes for the next week or so of price action. Does seem like buyers and sellers are pretty engaged. We are pretty close to the open here. Nothing going so far as the trend goes, so we're going to let the open happen, let price action develop a little bit so we can start identifying a bias for the day. Right now, we're basically just inside yesterday's range. Maybe a little downtrend in play. Let's see. Yeah, certainly could be a downtrend in play. So if we get a really good short setup, I'd consider taking it right off the bat. Ideally, we can actually clear the overnight low, though. Give me a sec, guys. All right. Good morning, Michael. Let's take a peek over on NQ. Which is looking the same. That's always a good sign. The markets are moving in lockstep. Yeah, yesterday's high, yesterday's low. We're right in that range. A little downtrend there. And today, ladies and gentlemen, is the FOMC minute. So, oh, and also Nvidia earnings after the close. So the market could definitely get into wait and see mode. If things start to slow down a lot, that is pretty much what I'll be expecting. Does not look like we're getting rejection at the EMA. So far not able to short there. Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Strada. I can't remember if I actually said hey or not, but there you go. If I did, you get double greeted. You're welcome. Nothing like starting the day with a double greeting. Got to respect this bounce for sure. Got our little correction channel in play here. It has a break. Could get one more push up. All right, does look like this little uptrend is played out. Hoping for a push down now. Good morning, Ed. If we go any higher here, we're gonna have to abandon that downtrend. Market may be interested in going and testing that overnight high. Respecting this move on ES. This looks to be a little bit larger of a channel, and I'm already thinking that this downtrend already played out. We nearly retraced the entirety of that move, so it's gonna be one of those days, guys. It is gonna be one of those days. Good morning, Tom. looks like we are starting to potentially break that moving average. I think we're going to have to keep channels really tight today. It looks like range action, tight channels, probably lots of reversals. All right, EMA is holding here. We can come back and get another test of it and hold it. Could consider that long. Although NQ, let's see if it's doing the same. Does look like it. So let's see what this second test of the moving average looks like. See how this bar closes. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh no. No, 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 no. I did not want to get long there. Fortunately, it worked out. But that was not the signal bar we were looking for. All right, so now the trend for sure played out. Move up here, break new high. We're right at this resistance area. We would expect a move down. If for some reason this just breaks out even higher, we'll look at a possible wider channel. But for now, we'd pause looking for the longs and wait for the market to correct. NQ is also played out right at that resistance area, pausing here for longs. Still popping up, my goodness. Little bear hammer there. Let's see if this can start our correction. Pretty strong push here. We are now testing this overnight high. Going to be watching this closely. Again, if it clears it and holds it, we'll be looking at a larger channel and we'll be okay to go long. But right now, this is the very spot where we are likely to move back down. But yeah, again, it is FOMC minutes day, and normally the FOMC minutes do not matter too much. I would venture to say they are going to matter more today, and that is because we do not have a clear answer on whether or not the Fed is going to lower interest rates in December. So previously, at the last meeting, we pretty much knew for sure that was going to happen. They had very clearly stated their intentions, like the market was expecting it. That's what happened, right? This time we don't have that same clarity. There's been some back and forth. There hasn't been a solid answer. So when the minutes get released today, I believe the algos are going to be scanning for any indications that a rate cut is more or less likely. So I do think the minutes will have more of an impact today than they typically do. So again, the market could be getting into wait and see mode here pretty soon. As well as, again, NVIDIA posting earnings today, and we actually have some legit econ releases tomorrow, so the next 24 hours should be pretty interesting in the market. Yeah, tomorrow morning, earnings and employment change, unemployment rate. And we missed the last report of that due to the shutdown, so the market is definitely going to be interested in that. We're still right at this key level, starting to pop above, but we shall see. Just being patient here. All right, we're starting to get above the high, so if we hold above here, again, I will be looking for that long, assuming that this is a wider channel. But that is a big if. Yep, there we go. Poking back down below, not looking good for the longs. That's why we wait. All right, here we go, popping back above. Nvidia. Nasdaq looking a lot more hopeful for a larger channel. I'm going to switch to that as it continues to pump higher here. If we switch to a wider channel on the S&P, it still kind of looks played out. Unless there's some like secondary channel, I don't know. Not a great place to go long anyway. So I'm leaving it like that on the S&P. Still looks played out. Nasdaq could be legit, could be going higher. However, we're right at another key level, so if we actually wanted to get long, the market would have to get above and hold above. So this is not a gray area to be trying to take a directional bet just yet. Let's let the market come to us. There's plenty of day left. And it's much better to trade when you're like, yeah, this is what's going on. When it becomes really evident what's happening in the market. We have yesterday's high right above us. That is going to be the next major level. Could provide an immense amount of resistance. That's what we're waiting to see. Could blow above it. Again, expecting a correction on the S&P. But too bullish to short. Coming up on yesterday's high, NQ is starting to trade above it. If it stays above, we'll look for a long on the old Nasdaq there. But being patient on the ES because it is not quite there yet. So far, still drifting higher. All right, there's our pop above yesterday's high. We are ready to take a long as this holds. Could be a little overshoot there. Let's switch over to NQ. I think it's looking a bit more clear, a little bit better. Yeah, very clear channel on the Nasdaq. We pull back and hold the EMA. We're going to be good to go to look for a long. Okay, watch for that pullback here. This could also possibly be an overshoot on NQ2. Looks a lot more like it on ES. Still interested in the long here. I just need to pull back. Still waiting on that pullback. We're just drifting right now. Back on the S&P, we're also in waiting mode. This had looked like an overshoot, but it's continuing higher, so I don't think that is actually an overshoot. Must mean that the channel is wider. And once we get back to the EMA, we're going to know whether or not we can tick along. Okay, here we go. Come on now. Be the pullback. Be the pullback we need. We need something because we're just floating higher right here. Super dangerous to try to chase this move. And also super dangerous to try to predict it's going to reverse. We have got to have some confirmation. And started to look like a pullback, and now we're just drifting higher again. All right, NQ possibly, maybe pulling back. Could it be? Could it be that we actually get a pullback here, folks? Jesse, that is exactly what they say about reversals. Oh wow, that looks like a reversal. Then it's not, and you get your face melted. Yep. So here we are. We're back at the EMA finally. I do think this move has pretty much gone straight up with no pullbacks. It would be kind of surprising to see it stop right here and continue higher without coming back to the breakout area. So I got a feeling that's where we're headed, is back to this breakout area. I would certainly feel a lot better about taking a long if we do get back here. But with that said, if we get a good second entry long setup, pretty much got to take it. Would not want to miss out on it. So there's our first move off the EMA right here. See if we can pull back and get a second move. S&P's in the same boat. Got to pull back right here. Except it actually went to a new high. Well, what do you know? But channel's not broken, so yeah, we're still good to go to look for a long. NQ kind of already has a little break out of that channel and a new high. This move is just out of control, guys. No way to get in on this. Hey, yeah, guys, this is out of control. Good morning, Hevaz. Just patiently waiting for the pullback that never comes today. What a move, huh? And we were very patient. We finally got the pullback to the EMA. And then it only has one little test and launches higher. We're still looking for a chance to go long. We just need the market to give us a good entry. At this point, I'm not going to probably wait for the most clean, beautiful entry in the world. Great question, Javi, asking how am I going to trade the finals more gambly to go for top 10? Yeah, so I'm definitely the Grand Cup. It presents a different kind of format, right? Standard trading, you want to go slow and steady, base hits, be very patient, etc. But trading competition, there's only 2 weeks. You got to kind of go for it. So yeah, I'm going to trade far more aggressively. There's a very small window of opportunity in the first couple of days because you only have a $2,000 drawdown and you get rewarded if you can get past that. And then it becomes easy. So yeah, at the very beginning of the competition, I'm going to have to be more aggressive. There is a certain amount of luck involved in those first few trades. And then if I make it through that and build a buffer, then I can be a little bit more relaxed, I guess is the word. Take my time and let trades play out. But yeah, in the beginning, I'm gonna have to be really choosy on the first few trades, go big, and hope we get lucky. That's kind of I think the only way to do it, because if you go slow, like if I tried to build up the account slowly, I'm just not gonna place in the top few spots. So gotta go big or go home, I think. Still obviously going to be trading price action, right? I'm not just gonna throw on random trades. Yeah, I'm not just going to throw on random trades, not just going to try to predict reversals. Like, I'm still going to be trading price action, still going to be looking for entries that make sense according to what price is doing. But I'm just going to be a lot more aggressive with my sizing. I'm not going to wait for every single thing to line up just right. I'm just going to kind of go for it. So that's why you can tune in right now to I'm prepping for it. So I am already starting to try to get in that mentality, trying to trade as if we were in the competition. Yeah. So your question, got to find a way into a move like this? I don't think so. Just because of the context. This is coming off a big drop, and each time we've had a chance to get in, it's been like right at a key level. Maybe this one would have been a decent pullback to take a long at, but we had just broken out of this level. Like, there's a high chance we come down here. So I don't know. I don't feel about this. I don't feel good about this move just yet. But we are pulling back now. We are having an opportunity. This may be where we get that deeper correction. And like I said, if we get a deeper correction and it comes down and retests this breakout area right here and holds, now right here, right in here, you can take a long with a high degree of confidence, because we've broken out of a key level, we've come back, we've retested it, it has held a support. That is your highest probability area right in here. That is what I'm mostly hoping for. Looking for a higher low here. And I think if we just get back to the EMA, I'm going to get in entry. See if this can turn around at all, and then we're going to get into this. Again, I would much rather it come down to that breakout level and test it. That will give me a lot of confidence taking along. But if we get a little bit of support here, don't mind taking a trade. The next thing I'll be looking at, the measured move. So if we can get a bullish candle right here, that's another spot there. I would add a starter long. Nope, another bearish candle. If it goes past our measured move, then not a good sign. Okay, here we go. I like this candle. See if it can close around here. We'll add a little starter long. See if we can get any momentum. We'll stop out of this really quick. Only have one contract on right now. We'll add if we get some more confirmation. Right at the measured move, popping up. Boom, baby. All right. See if we can close above the EMA and I'll start to add to it. Don't like that bar. That's why we keep it tight though. Allowing ourselves the upside if that's where we bounce, but not risking a whole lot. So no harm, no foul. We're down about $70. No problem. So now that we've gone past that measured move, I'm not really interested in trying to predict this reversal here. I'll need a pop up and a higher low. Right now it's basically just picking a bottom, which I'm not into. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, stick to the long side for sure. Don't be trying to short this market. We have a legitimate uptrend. We're above the key level. We just need a solid entry. And yeah, If you want to follow my adventure getting ready for the Tradeify Cup Finals, definitely tune into the Discord. I'm going to be trading there the rest of the day. Looking for a lot of entries. I'm trying to get a lot of reps in before the competition starts here in a week and a half. So yeah, hope it's a great trading day for you. Should have some good market movement, and especially after the FOMC minutes and Nvidia earnings, things could get toasty. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I will see you soon. Take care.